Hello and welcome back. And in this short video on the currency array indicator, I just wanted to focus on the aspect of currency pair strength and weakness and its relationship to the overbought and oversold. And we've included this in the array, and you can see there on the left hand side again I'm running with a 1 minute, with a 5 minute in the center and a 15 minute to the left. And if we move over to the 1 minute time frame here, very strong trends developing on the time frame for the Aussie dollar and for cable. And we've also got the New Zealand dollar there. I'll just isolate out the dollars there. There we go. You've got the Aussie, the pound, we've got New Zealand dollar here. And we've got the euro dollar also joining that move. So we've got some pretty strong dollar selling. And on the array here in this column, what we will see reflected in due course is, as those currencies, that trend strength, which is indicated by the angle of incline here, which is very, very strong in both the cable and also in the Aussie dollar, and increasingly the New Zealand dollar as well. As those pairs get to that condition where they're either approaching overbought or into overbought areas, then you will see that duly flash up on the ranking ladder here. And of course on the ranking ladder they're also alongside here, so you'll see exactly where they are in terms of their positioning on the trends. But in terms of the overbought, oversold, when the currency pair approaches that region, it will come up with a darker color. It will be signaled with OB in brackets. And then as the pair move into then we've got a potentially overbought on the pound CAD. So if we just click off the dollar, if we go to isolate the pound, there we are, you can see the pound CAD here. It is potentially starting to approach an overbought condition. We've not seen anything come up on cable at the moment, which is interesting. But you saw it flash up there on pound CAD with a darker blue with the OB in brackets. That is a condition 1, if you like. It is approaching an overbought state. It's not at it, but if it does reach that level, then it will go to a brighter blue, and the brackets will disappear, and it will just state OB. And at that point, you would then go and look at the chart for the potential opportunity for a reversal in the uptrend in due course. Now we're starting to see that reflected on cable there. You can see it's dark blue. It's come up with the OB in brackets. So cable on the 1 minute time frame is approaching an overbought state. It's not at an overbought condition, but it's certainly approaching it. And it's no great surprise given the strength of the trend on the 1 minute time horizon. Very strong buying in the pound, as you can see down here, certainly against the euro at any rate. Strong selling of euro, strong buying of the pound. And you can also see that reflected pretty much universally across the piece. We are seeing pound buying, particularly against the dollar, particularly against the yen, and increasingly against these pairs below here, which are swinging upwards and supporting the universal flow of pound buying. If we move over on to the 5 minute, just checking, seeing what's going on the 5 and the 15 minute. If we've got here, going back to the 1 minute, we've got an oversold condition, potentially oversold condition arising on the Euro Aussie. We'll just click the Euro on. There we go. Euro Aussie, where are we? Here we are, right down at the bottom here. So we've got a potential oversold coming up on Euro Aussie. We want to wait for that to develop into full-blown oversold, in which case the brackets will disappear, and this will go to a bright red condition, beg your pardon. So it will go to bright red and the brackets will disappear if that does indeed move to a potentially oversold condition on the Euro Aussie. Just looking across at the slower time frames, seeing if we've got any signals coming up there. These signals come at, they're not going to flash up all the time. Then you're not going to be bombarded with these signals, but they will appear. Particularly, the reason I've set this up on the 1 minute is to get 1 or 2 coming up here on the video for you. But as they arise on the slower time frame, their meaning is exactly the same. The currency pair is approaching either an oversold condition, at an oversold, or approaching overbought, or at an overbought condition. We'll just see if we get any more signals come up. Just go back to the dollar there, put them all back on again. Over here, we'll put them all on, and we'll put them all on here as well. There we are, we have all the pairs now. Over on the 5-minute now, we're starting to see pound Swiss here. This is flashing potentially overbought. Just isolate out the pound. Pound Swiss is in the middle here at the moment, so that's clearly got a little way to go before it potentially reaches an overbought state. And on the 5-minute here also you can see the euro pound down here at the bottom. Quite heavy selling on euro at the moment. And that is at the moment approaching an oversold condition. Flashing in the dark red with the brackets and the OS condition there. And of course, as these pairs approach the regions on the ranking ladder up and down, you can see here also we've now got that condition being flashed up on the 1-minute for the euro pound. Euro pound down here at the bottom, that was flashing over, potentially oversold. We've got it potentially oversold on 5. And that is the sort of confirmation you're looking at. You would then go and look at the charts for further analysis and see if that is setting up for a condition where you may potentially have a reversal. We've now got quite a few pairs flashing up. We've got over on the 1-minute, overbought, potentially overbought on these three at the top, cable, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Pound Swiss is still flashing potentially overbought over here on 5. Nothing at the moment over on 15 for the time being. I'm just waiting for a full-blown overbought or oversold condition to arise. And you'll see the brighter colours come up in terms of the red and the blue, and also the brackets will then disappear. And there we go on the New Zealand dollar up here. You can see New Zealand dollar has now gone to bright blue. The brackets have disappeared, and that is now at a potential overbought state. And indeed, simultaneously down at the bottom here for the Euro New Zealand, bright red, brackets have disappeared. So the Euro New Zealand, which is right down here at the bottom on the array, you can see it here, and you've got it on the ranking ladder as well. That is now approaching potentially an oversold condition. So we have oversold potentially on Euro New Zealand, overbought now on New Zealand dollar at the top, also on Aussie dollar, and several other pairs also stacking up there to move into the overbought condition. Also, you can see them here on the 1-minute down at the bottom, and we've got 1 or 2 here up at the top as well on the 1-minute on the ranking ladder. And we're now starting to see that filter its way through over onto the 15-minute time horizon. You can see here the New Zealand dollar. That's moved into a potentially overbought condition here, as indeed has the New Zealand yen. And down at the bottom, there you saw the Aussie New Zealand flash up as well as potentially oversold with the darker red and in brackets. So it works universally across the time horizons. It's really your choice of time frame, whether you're a scalping trader, whether you're an intraday swing trader, trend trader, whatever it may be. It will give you a heads up for the opportunity to go and analyze that particular pair across that time horizon, and just to see if that is setting up for a potential reversal in the current trend. And of course, if you are looking to trade the trend, then this is a fantastic indicator to give you that heads up when the trend is developing, the strength of that trend as it develops across the complex. So it's really your choice. Are you going to jump into a trend once it's developed, or are you looking for those reversal points from overbought and oversold? And in many ways, you can think of it in exactly the same way as the currency strength indicator. And in that indicator, you're looking at individual currency strength and weakness and overbought and oversold condition. Whereas here on the array, you're looking at it from the perspective of the currency pair itself. I hope you've enjoyed this particular video. You can find more details on the array over at quantumtrading.com. And do remember, of course, that this array is part of what we now refer to as the currency dashboard, which is 4 indicators of 1, of which this is included along with the currency matrix, the currency strength indicator, and also the currency heat map. It's a very powerful combination of 4 indicators in one package. But if you're looking to buy this individually as a freestanding indicator, it works brilliantly. So thanks very much indeed for watching. Take care and see you soon, and bye for now.